Welcome back to another episode of Anime Safe Space. This week, guys, we're on episode 9. With me again, as always, are my awful, but they're trying their best co-hosts.
Pretty sure
you guys aren't going to say anything
here.
Yeah, I'm holding us back. I know Tell has been carrying us like this whole entire time. Always prepared.
Trying my best here, but my back is really hurting.
He's literally in a wheelchair.
And joining us for the first time ever today is Javian. If you want to introduce yourself, Javian.
Hey guys, I just went through a fucking rehab hospital. I was drinking too much alcohol, but they showed me how to change my ways.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, I guess he felt the need to tell us his rehab story, but he's here. So
yeah. I mean, we just picked this guy off the street. His name isn't even Javian. We just needed someone to replace the old guy because he died.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, he was murdered in his sleep, like we were talking about. So
they're giving me $10 and sloppy toppy.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't even watch anime, actually. We're not even sure if he does. I mean, we just found him smoking crack on the side, and we're like, we need you to replace this guy. I handed him $5. Give him
he told me he's watched.
He's practically the same character as our last Javian. I mean,
there's no real difference there. I mean, the crack's the same, sitting on the side's the same. Not even watching anime. That's I think it's pretty much a pitch perfect replication of James.
Might as well call.
I think it'll work out.
I was famous, man. I was a background character in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, man.
I can go ahead and start us off. I was thinking of this yesterday. Jake might relate, but yesterday was Dia de los Muertos, or November 1st and 2nd, technically is both Dia de los Muertos, but yesterday was.
It's so weird.
And, it's a day to celebrate the dead. I know Jake and I can relate, are both Hispanics, Latinos,
I watched Coco.
Yeah, and if you watch Coco, that means you're also Hispanic. So, I mean, everybody that's seen Coco, honorary Hispanics out there. But today they celebrate the dead, celebrate, like the life, because they in Mexican culture and Latino culture, they celebrate, people's death rather than life. But where this topic is going is we're gonna relate it to anime. What do you think the saddest deaths in anime are? Like for you guys? Do you guys have any things in your mind? Yeah, like
the very first thing, Gurren Lagann. I mean, I know.
Hold on. Before we go into this, of course, it should be obvious. Spoilers. Yeah,
should be obvious
for everything we're talking about. Obvious spoilers. So don't complain to us. But yes, go ahead.
I mean, like I said, Gurren Lagann.
But bro, yeah, who? Okay. All
right. Bro, come on, dude.
Eineki.
Do you just say Kaneki?
Eineki.
Oh, you're talking.
Brother in Japanese.
This guy's being a true fucking weebo here. My God, Jesus. I was just expecting you to say a character name like just that fucking Kamino. I mean, I know what you mean when you say Gurren Lagann. Everybody means Kamino, but like, come on.
Yeah. You said that before we said spoiler warning.
No, you said Gurren Lagann.
I
agree. Yeah, Kamino was sad as death, honestly.
If we're going to be talking about sad deaths, we cannot not talk about Midi.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
Midi hitting the spill from Main Abyss.
Yeah, well, I mean, both of these deaths, technically, because, I mean,
she died twice.
And then she died at the hands of Rega. I mean, it's one of the few things like I cry at a lot of shows, but like it's usually just like tear up or something. No, like Main Abyss is one of the very few anime has made me cry, and that was mostly because of Midi. So, well, for me, this is freaking Tama. You should probably know who I'm with. Nobu. His Tell hasn't met him yet, and he probably will forget the name by the time he gets there. But
but he'll remember the name at the end.
But yeah, I mean, he'll most likely. But he was a great character. He started out as an antagonist and became like one of the most he had like a perfect redemption arc me. And like I thought I didn't like him until he did, and I found like a single tear just down my face. I was like, wow, that was actually really sad. I actually feel bad for him. So yeah, from It was Nobunobu. It was like there's a lot of deaths in the show that do make sad, but Nobunobu is the one that sticks the most, and he's one of my favorite characters in the show.
That doesn't really die. You just get a bunch of info.
What about you, JV?
Sogo's sister.
Well, this one's gonna be like mainstream, but it was like one of the first like anime deaths that like hit me, and it was Jiraiya from Naruto Shippuden.
It's a basic ass.
Like it's just weird.
We're gonna talk about Naruto here. Get the fuck off our podcast.
well, it's just like one of the first ones that. Hey, but Naruto is still one of like the first animes I watched.
Naruto, get the fuck out of here.
No, it's just the death. That death hit me. It made me sad.
I thought we were just talking about anime.
I was gonna say Eren Yeager's mom. It made me cry. I like how she actually died and nobody really gave a fuck.
I mean, how are we supposed to give a fuck? Knew her for 2 seconds and then she died. I mean,
yeah, but in the abridged series, she had so many lines in the abridged series.
Yeah, what, like 2 lines?
She was like,
yeah, that's like double her lines. Just saying.
Was it like the grandpa from Jujutsu Kaisen? Saddest
random
death right
there.
Hey, listen, you're strong. Help people. Dies.
Yep. All right, well, I tweeted out in the account too, since I knew I was going to be asking this question, and I asked people what they think the saddest anime deaths were. So starting off, this one that makes me chuckle, but Goku from somebody.
Goku.
I mean, I don't know which death from Goku do you mean? Because he does like 20 times. Like, I haven't just about every.
Dragon Ball Z.
Like Dragon Ball doesn't mean nothing, but I get what you mean. It's like the first time, whatever. Like when he sacrifices himself to kill Cell. I mean, but he doesn't actually kill Cell. But, I mean, sure, I guess. But
hey, that was still an epic moment.
Then we said Iggy, part 3 of JoJo's. I haven't seen JoJo's. I know Iggy dies, so I mean, it doesn't really like bother me if that's spoiler or anything. But was that a sad death you and Till? Or Jake and Tellen?
Yeah, well, I mean, like the way he goes out is kind of brutal. Not gonna lie,
yeah.
Dog.
I know he gets kicked really hard, but I mean, I don't know.
That's just the end of it.
Yeah,
the boy shows emotion.
Okay, we also had,
I think it was sad because he was a dog. Honestly,
I mean, deaths are always sadder, honestly.
Yeah, but he became a homie at the end, though.
I mean, yeah, he did. He was always a homie, though.
No, he was a dick.
Especially
to Pollinatofu.
I mean, Ethan's a dick, but he's like technically my homie.
We have.
That's true. I mean, I don't know homies, so I mean, that's pushing, but
he's kind of just there.
All right. We also had Mitty and Jiraiya, like you guys had mentioned. And somebody said a Black Clover's animation quality with the sad death when it got worse.
Yeah, it's sad. But hopefully, when this next arc comes in, which is going to be in like a war arc or something, it'll get better.
And then, personally, the saddest death to me was Sawamura Daichi's death from Q. I don't remember that one. He got a wood in the face and got sent to the. Right, he did not come back. He was removed from the series entirely. He died valiantly trying to save the ball. Ended up getting elbowed in the face by Tanaka. He went lucky hero, and I think we should all respect it. So
yeah, we should.
And then Sensei's death, which I agree with, honestly. That was we was coming still hard.
Yeah.
And then we also had Makise Kurisu's death, which I don't know class as sad, but since I mean it's basically the main plot of the show. So
yeah, but seeing it every time.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's sad. I mean, it's literally like it's reversible. I mean, I know it's like it's more heavy in Steins Gate 0 because it's somewhat permanent. So, but I don't know. I was never like sad about it. I was more sad about what's her face, Mayuri, dying over and over and over again.
Yeah, that was my
Because that just seemed hopeless to me. It was like more like
there was
no one
way
said
out.
nobody said Koro Sensei.
Yeah, they did.
Were you not listening? I said Koro Sensei. Yeah, but Koro Sensei. Yeah, no, Koro Sensei was mentioned, and yeah, I mean, I agree that is one of the saddest.
Hey, the MC's parents from My Roommate is a Cat.
Yeah.
Do we want to mention any of like the thousands of Subaru's deaths?
There is a sad death from him, honestly, and it's when
there's a couple that are like fairly sad.
The one that stuck out to me the most is when he's screaming at Ram and Rem about why they hate him so much, and like you literally just can't fathom the fact that they hate him such no matter how hard he's trying, and like that always gets me when I watch that one, like that death in particular, because it's just like it's just I mean it's just super hopeless for him because like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing wrong. He can't make any friends there, and of course, like he thought the only people he could trust there are murdering him because he was trying to figure out how to save them, and it turns out that they're actually the ones trying to kill him. So
I thought your saddest anime death would have been your love life.
Yeah, that's definitely the saddest.
It can't be
ended by Stubby in season 3, 2007.
But yeah, you guys think of any more sad deaths, or you want to move on?
I'm just looking through my.
I mean, Coyote, I think, from Your Lie in April.
Yeah, that one was sad just because of the letter.
The letter was what got it
sad as fuck. Just because you're like, okay, this is happening.
Yep.
All right, nobody said AIDS bitch from Sword Art.
But Yuki from Mother's Art, dude, I was crying because I was happy the arc was over, not because he freaking died.
What was that? Meruem from Hunter x Hunter. That was a pretty sad one.
Has anybody watched? Yeah, I've watched Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
But has anybody watched Inuyashiki Last Hero?
I've been meaning to watch that. So actually, please don't say the spoiler because I actually plan on watching that.
I guess I just semi-spoiled it for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that huge of a shocker if I'm expecting happens, but I prefer not to be spoiled. But yeah, I think I get where you're going with that. So we can just leave it there.
I also knew 2 characters from One Piece that anybody who has read One Piece knows, a father and son. That's all I'm going to say.
I was
going to spoil it for you.
Since you
Luffy dies.
Somebody did say in our reply for that tweet, they mentioned, and I mean, I already know now because they said it. Which, I mean, I can't be that. I did ask for this. I should have accepted spoilers for series I have or that I'm reading and seeing. So they said Whitebeard and Hirolu and Corazon. So I'm assuming 2 of those are One Piece death. Of course, Whitebeard is. But yeah, I can't speak on it yet. I don't know. Was that sad, Till? Whitebeard.
Yes, Whitebeard's was sad, but the other person, who I won't say, was way sadder, and I'm very surprised that they didn't mention this person. But I
already know who you're talking about. Yeah, you're talking about Ace.
Is it Sanji?
Yeah, Ace.
He's talking about Ace. That's the most
Ace's
common anime spoiler ever.
That was so much sadder than Whitebeard. I don't know how you don't mention that one, but also I understand Corazon. I just finished that like yesterday and learned about that. That was also like a fairly sad death, but it wasn't not the saddest. I wouldn't say it doesn't rank up there for it.
You know what's weird is that I actually know about Ace's death because I was watching fucking like anime fights and Luffy pops off after Ace dies.
Yeah, it's like one of the most common spoilers too. So I mean, I'm not really bothered. Like you can't go into One Piece and not know that he dies. It's like pretty obvious, I think too.
I haven't watched or read it.
What do you mean Luffy pops off after he dies? I mean, I don't specifically want to say it, but that's wrong.
What? No, okay, so I don't know if he goes off training or some shit, but it shows his first fight after Ace's death.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
He does go off after, but like
he captured?
No, after he's just going off with fucking crying.
No, he literally passes out on the spot.
Oh, I don't know. Have you watched the anime?
I haven't watched the anime, but I've read all the manga up to.
Well, yeah. I was like, I watched the fucking animated fucking version.
Oh, I do want to add in one more death that I just thought of, and this comes from My Hero actually. Twice's death was really sad.
Oh, that's true.
I think
That was
oh, his voice is dead.
Dude, I don't think I read this week's.
See, Twice was he's top 3 of my characters in My Hero. I think the villains are really just far and above, and watch Twice die was just, it hurt. So I know it's gonna be even sadder when the anime comes out. But yeah, no, that hurt watching Twice die. But yeah.
Terminal.
When Hachikuki doesn't even stay. Nobody in Monogatari even stays dead. It's like, I don't know.
Hold on.
Dude.
Nothing from Monogatari made me feel sad, but go ahead.
I don't remember his name, but the dude from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, fuck.
It's raining out. Like, you know that scene.
Oh,
yeah,
Mustang? Yeah, Mustang and Hughes died.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, that got me.
Yeah, Hughes' death was really pretty sad. I haven't seen Full Metal in like 8 years, and it still like resonates with me. That scene was great. Yeah. Hughes was a great character. Jake, you can go ahead and take your shit. I know you're typing in chat. You want to go take your shit, so we'll continue on without you. But we can move on. I guess we can either go on to your topic that you had, Till, or just throw shit at the wall here.
Yeah, we can go into my topic. Why not? So I was scrolling through my news feed as I do every morning while I'm drinking my coffee, and apparently Sony is finalizing a deal to buy Crunchyroll.
Yeah, no, I saw that. That was 4 or 5 days ago. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. They own Funimation as well, and to me, it just seems pointless to own both. It's like Sony's. I mean, I'm a PS4 guy, but even then, it's like I don't think Sony is the greatest company in the world. They're already kind of screwing over Funimation. I really do not like Funimation, and it's like, and if they just keep enforcing the same things they do on Crunchyroll as they do Funimation, I just think both are gonna fail. So yeah, I know.
Yeah,
and
I don't know how to feel about it either.
To me, the reason it feels pointless is because they both fulfill the same purpose. They both do simuldubs. They both do weekly releases of shows. If Sony owns both, I don't see the reason why like Crunchyroll would need exclusives for one, and then Funimation would get exclusives for like their own. It's like you would either combine them, or Sony just doesn't pursue buying it. Because the reason that Netflix and Hulu can coexist is because they're owned by different entities. Netflix is its own entity. Hulu is owned by Disney. It's like those two fulfill the same purpose, but they're owned by different people. If Sony owns both the biggest fucking anime things, and what the hell is the point? As like that, or technically 3, because they would own Verve, Funimation, and Crunchyroll at that point. So that would be 3.
Monopolizing.
Exactly, they're monopolizing, and therefore there could either be 2 things that come out of it. Either because of their monopoly, they drive up prices and go into one thing, combine Funimation and Crunchyroll or something like that, or they be dicks and. Well, no, I just said drive up the prices. So, or they can be nice because they have it and drop prices and keep it there. Either way, I think, honestly, if they combine Crunchyroll and Funimation, I don't think that would be a bad deal.
It wouldn't be bad as long as they only raised like the monthly subscription by like a few bucks.
I don't think it would be bad, but I don't think it's likely, which is my problem with it. I don't see why they would do it. I don't see the purpose of buying Crunchyroll and then just be like, all right, well, you guys are together now, because Funimation has been around for far longer than Crunchyroll. So it'd either be Crunchyroll just gets like no longer exists, and all the titles from there goes to Funimation, or they have them coexist. But Funimation is not leaving in this picture or merging. It is Funimation staying. They're much bigger than Crunchyroll is.
So. Yeah, but Crunchyroll's been doing this original thing.
I mean, this is purely a business deal here. I mean, I doubt they're even thinking about what they're going to do next or have plans for next. They just want to have that monopolization as a business.
Well, and it's just a stupid business
literally
idea.
They can do whatever the hell they could want. I mean, they have power over the industry. The only competitors they have is like Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of any company monopolizing like that. But again, it just doesn't even seem like a smart move for the part either. It's like, what the fuck is the point of buying it when you already have this other gigantic fucking thing that's even arguably bigger because they dub almost everything. Crunchyroll, like if they do dubbing, it's once in a blue moon, and that's probably the only difference between the two. It's like to only
have you
dub with
ever
the
taken
original.
a single business class in your life?
Well, it doesn't take a fucking business genius to just realize that. Again, I'm just saying that it just seems counterintuitive to own two of the exact same things, the exact same.
Bro, they're just
fulfill the
money
exact
grubbing.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
literally only business. They're not thinking about what's next. They're just money grubbing. If they can get two of like huge businesses, they can get twice the money that they usually do.
Yeah,
That's all they care about. They don't give a shit about, combining them or like anything like that right now. But it's literally just money.
Yeah, think about the game Monopoly. Like they're just trying to get the 2 brown squares because that's where the anime.
They're gonna make money either way. They're gonna make their money either way. So I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, they're gonna make fucking bank. It's dumb to me, but I mean, like you said, that's fucking.
As a consumer, it sounds dumb. From a business perspective, it's amazing because you're able to regulate
Exactly.
You're able to regulate it, and you're
I'm just not a fan of it. I still don't want it to happen. I hope it falls through. I just don't like either companies. But yeah, like I said,
it's a $1 billion deal, also.
Yeah, so.
But like I said, it might happen, it might not. They haven't finalized anything yet. I know they were nearing it, but Crunchyroll's also been almost bought by a bunch of companies before, so this is really nothing new. But yeah. Any other topics? You guys bring anything to the table today? Me and Tel already showed our projects.
Let's see. Well, I've been getting fucked by the army, so I haven't watched much anime. But like I said earlier, like fucking that Onyx Equinox anime just started streaming on Crunchyroll, so I'm probably gonna give that a look. Like, just because I like the changes of paces. Like, I don't always want anime from Japan, even though they're usually like better for the most of the time. But like, there's like hidden gems from other countries.
You're watching a cartoon.
It's on Crunchyroll. It's okay. It's on.
All right, so are you gonna call Ruby an anime? It's on Crunchyroll.
It's an anime.
All right, that's settled.
Why you make me sink so low?
Yeah, one night you mentioned that you're watching that. I did mention last week when I was here with Jake and Till that I was gonna finish Evangelion, and I'm happy to say that I did not watch a single episode until today. Right before the recording, I watched 4 episodes. So
who the fuck called that, huh?
Yeah, that's me and Till. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, at least he started.
I haven't got far into it, but no, I mean I'm on episode 12 because I started a while ago. Just put on break. Enjoying it a lot though. I mean, I would definitely suggest Jake and Tell. I wasn't a huge fan of the first like 6 or 7 or so episodes, but these last 4 I just watched are like infinitely better than like the rest so far. So I'm really enjoying the show's going now. So it's a lot more interesting to me. And there's still some subtle like imagery and stuff like that. I'm sorry everybody, but I'm not seeing the super deep fucking imagery and metaphors that everybody's talking about, because literally people are saying like every single scene in the show is a metaphor for things. I'm like, I really doubt it's that deep, man. But it's a deep show. There's deep things. I'm enjoying it a lot, but so far I'm just being entertained by it rather than trying to look for fucking biblical metaphors and the philosophy of man in there.
Hey, after that, you need to finally watch Yu Yu Hakusho. I watched it seriously just so I could buy the pops for it, but I enjoyed it a lot.
I actually, on that note, I just thought of this question. Do y'all enjoy, or I don't know, I guess just enjoy, do y'all enjoy shows that have super like heavy meaning metaphor that you have to look into it and kind of search through it and like find these little like golden eggs here and there that, I mean, change the outlook of the anime itself? Or do y'all just like sitting down and just watching it without using your brain whatsoever and just enjoying, or just turning off your brain for a little bit just to watch anime?
Okay. Well, this one, I'd be lying if I said I didn't like meaning and stuff, because Monogatari is my favorite anime, and that is probably like
I already
probably the most
side.
Deep. Like there's so many things to unpack in every scene. Like that show to me is the epitome of something that's like had for in every fucking scene and stuff like that. Like there's so much to unpack, and everything. And my favorite arc of all time, which is Koimatari, it's literally Kaiki, and he basically turned the whole entire series on its head by saying that everything I'm saying is a lie. Everything that everybody else is saying is a lie. You choose to believe me, or you can choose to believe them. You can choose to think I'm lying. You can choose to think that they're lying. And then he shows that he's telling the truth at parts, and then he's lying at parts. So then you're just basically like, okay, well, is everything they say in the series a lie? Is everything they say that happening in the series the truth? So you have to question everybody's like truthfulness and stuff like that. And they do that in every arc where they make you question shit. But at the same time with me, I also just like turning off my brain for certain shows. Like if the show is asking me for deep meanings, I will do it. But if it's like a fucking slice of life, which some people try to go into slice of life and stuff, thinking that there's gonna be philosophical meanings, no, I'm just gonna have fun, just enjoy my brain. I'm not going to Yuru camp trying to find the meaning of Last of Pet. And it taught me lessons too, but I just teach. Yeah, I'm just like, look, I'm trying to enjoy it. Gintama, yeah, people are mad at some of the comedy arcs and even some of the serious arcs. Like, look, it's not trying to tell you anything profound. It's saying, you know, this guy dies and they're killing the guy. That's all that's happening. So, but for me, yeah, I probably personally look more like analytical sides of anime. Long story short, sorry for rambling, but I like analyzing more.
Man. All right. Well, I mean, so by like, do you mean like character building, or do you just mean like metaphors? Like, oh, this is like a metaphor for like Adam and Eve and stuff, you know, like that.
I mean, just straight up like. I mean, you know the animes that you turn off your brain, you don't think whatsoever, like fucking Dragon Ball. I mean, just big meatheads fighting each other, that sort of stuff. I mean, you turn off your brain completely. And then you have shows like Monogatari where there is meaning behind everything, or like you question the truth of the lie, and you have to search through it and think that, like, you have to actively think as you're watching it, try to interpret it in your own way, that sort of stuff, I guess.
I feel like in the first episode I was in, like we did with me, we talked about this.
I mean, we touched on it. We didn't ask it as a question, but still be interested. I mean, we talked about meathead shows, if that's
like straight meathead shows, but I think we were saying which is our favorites or whatever else.
Yeah,
but,
favorite meathead show. Yeah, but for me, I don't know, like it depends, but for the most part, I like to just turn off my brain, I guess. I was like, I really do find it really cool when like shows get deep and you can, you know, make analogies off of anything like the characters do. But for the most part, I just like to watch the anime and see like cool animations and cool fight scenes and dudes getting girls.
I think I'm a bit torn between the two. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, that's pretty good. I think I'm pretty torn because, like, with Monogatari, like, it is such a it's just fitting a puzzle. Every episode, pretty much trying to piece it together, and I like that. Even after the series is done, you're still able to like find out or figure out more stuff by thinking about it more. But then again, like turning off your brain and just enjoying the show, as in Gintama or as in Ethan's case, laid back camp. I'm going camping in 2 weeks. Just saying. You're invited.
Hell yeah.
I'll show up, man.
But I do like trying to think about it, but I don't think I have enough shows that really try to test that kind of thought into it. Maybe I should watch Genesis very soon so I can see the heavy, big, deep philosophical meanings in every episode.
Or I mean, like before people get mad at me with my Evangelion comment, I'm trying to find meaning and stuff like that in the show. And there's a lot of meaning and metaphors and stuff. But right now, like my favorite episode, which is episode 9, to me, that was more just a fun episode. And that's what I really enjoyed. So at least for me right now, what I'm enjoying about Evangelion is more of the entertainment aspect rather than the philosophical aspect. So that's what I wanted to clarify. But
like saying things like that, like I enjoyed Death Parade a lot because I was thinking about like what it means to live and stuff. I thought it was pretty cool, like that an anime got you thinking that way, you know?
Yeah, it shows you another side.
Yeah, it shows you another side to it, and then you're like, was it even right for that one chick to give fucking... God damn, is his name Seal? The main bartender. Well, the main arbiter. Yeah. Was it right for her to give him a fucking human emotion when he's doing this shit? And you just had a lot of questioning of like what's right and what's wrong, and like is he qualified to like judge somebody's soul? I thought that was cool, but for the most part, yeah, I just want to see cool animations and cool lights.
Wasn't it just if you won the game, you went up?
No,
with the main character.
Some people would win and go to hell still.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember. Joke.
Yeah, he was just trying to draw out the bad in people, and after that, he would decide who deserves to be reincarnated, or who deserves to not.
It was just the lesser of two evils for the people that got brought in, basically.
Well, sometimes there are some that both of them went to heaven, like
Was there a time that they both went to? There was a time they both went to hell, but I don't think there was a time they both went to heaven.
The games were more.
No.
Trying to,
they both went to heaven in that the bowling one, the bowling episode. Both of them went to heaven.
Maybe.
Like they asked if they could have time to.
It.
Yeah, like they finished the bowling and then they're like, "Can we have like a little date?" Because they like figured out who they were in each other's lives,
Yeah,
and then after that, fucking Seal. I think his name was Seal. I'm gonna call him Seal either way.
You're thinking of Black Butler.
Oh yeah, okay.
His name started with an A, but go ahead.
Yeah, but then he sent them both to heaven. So
that show was more or less trying to like figure out your true colors by doing rigorous tasks or pretty much like harming yourself or harming your partner.
Decim.
Yes, Decim.
Decim.
And then
or Decim. It's Decim.
Decim. That's right. Yeah,
that's right.
Either way,
that sounds right.
All you need to take is that black people don't die. So there's no black people in that.
Have you seen a horror movie recently?
What did you prefer, Till? Since you haven't given your answer.
I mean, I've watched Monogatari, and I know Ethan doesn't agree with my decision on it. And I would like to clarify now. I don't think I've ever truly clarified with you, Ethan. I mean, obviously, you knew that I mistook a lot because I didn't believe I thought Kaiki had died or whatever at the, on that arc, and he didn't. Obviously, as later shown. Like I went into that with the completely wrong attitude. I didn't go into it thinking of deep meaning or anything else or looking into it. I turned off my brain for that show, and therefore I don't think it ranked as high. That's why I intend to rewatch it and actually try to think about things. But overall, I think I definitely enjoyed like just turning off my brain and just enjoying the show for what it is. Bright colors, big man fighting, getting girls, all that sort of stuff that Javian mentioned. I mean, I enjoy that a lot more because like during the day, when I'm, in classes or at work or anything else, I'm having to constantly use my brain. So like anime is definitely my escape from life to be able to just sit down, relax and be like, yeah, like I don't care what the fuck's going on. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy, these crazy fights, this stuff. I don't want to look into things. I don't want to use my brain. So I think like overall, I definitely look towards that as like my preference. But I do, and I really do enjoy like mystery shows like Death Parade, for example. That I love Death Parade. It was awesome. I like looking into shows, trying to find the ending or the plot twist or whatever else before it comes. I like that kind of mystery. I don't know if I like the deep soul searching, metaphorical, all that sort of stuff. It's just not really my forte. I don't really enjoy looking into any of that sort of stuff. I'm not smart enough to go in and do that. I'm good with numbers. I'm not good with emotions. So that's kind of my main preference. But mystery shows where you can like use proper analytics to like go in and try to figure out what's going to happen beforehand. I love those shows. Those are fantastic to me. But I do prefer going into it beforehand, knowing that I'm supposed to be looking into it. And when I went into Monogatari, obviously I was not looking into it at all. I went into it with the expectation of meathead fights, cool scenes, lollies. I mean, all that sort of shit. That's what I went into it expecting. So I took it the complete wrong way. Do plan to rewatch it and try to look into it more, but that's my standing.
Yeah, well, like I said, I guess I'm the only one that's on the analytical side. But yeah, I mean, the more I'm thinking about it, a lot of times things I look out most for are like, if I'm going to be doing a rewatch, then it's foreshadowing, particularly on rewatches. I love catching things like foreshadowing. I also love shows themes, character development, all of that. Basically, like every single piece of the in it, in anime, I love, and I love analyzing it too. That's not to say that that's the most important thing to a show. Like if I can't really analyze it to the high health, and it's not a bad show. To me, some people do think that shows can't be analyzed like crazy. Then they're like, oh well, it's bad, they having a value. It's like, no, it was just the show is meant to be entertaining because a show. It's a bonus if it can be analyzed though. So yeah, so to me, I like analyzing, I guess, but I guess all you guys are on the meathead side.
I'm more in the middle.
My brain hurt when I think.
Yeah. Speaking of which, One Piece is definitely just meathead show. I'm exactly like Luffy when I'm reading that, and it is definitely rising in my lists very quickly.
I mean, even things like One Piece, there's themes and stuff they can unpack from there, and it's like, so I mean, at least at the end of the day, Luffy's still a meathead fucking epitome from what I've seen.
Bro, he's a fucking piece of gum.
That's true. Yeah, he's a rubber meat.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the nigga like turn metal or some shit. I don't know.
His gears
are hockey, bro.
Or hockey, yeah.
And I was like, I don't understand it because I haven't read it or watched it in full. I just know in some of the fights he turns either big and red or steel.
I mean, I highly suggest to you, Javian and Jake, to read it. It's fantastic, but it does take a long time. It is a long journey. Even me, who's like, well, obviously probably the fastest reader between us all because I'm on 850 and I started it, I don't know how many weeks ago. But
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. But it's still taking me this long when, I usually get through it quickly. It's been a journey. There's been a lot of times where I'm just burnt out on it. And I'm like, man, I want to just go read something else. So I actually hopped into American comics like Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which totally unrelated to anime, but there's a new comic coming out, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, and it's amazing. I read some of that, but totally unrelated. But yeah, I've gotten into a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't even been really reading fucking. I already told y'all I've been fucking busy as fuck.
Yeah, you've been doing boring real life stuff. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I didn't watch it because I think you mentioned last week I wasn't watching anything. I didn't watch anything until today. Like I said, I forced myself to sit down and just watch stuff. But I was down, binge some shows, and it was fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get back into the groove of it again. Like I said, Evangelion is looking like it's gonna get the spark back, so I can clear my backlog because I'm trying to avoid starting shows, even though I really want to watch Girl Last Tour. But I'm trying to just avoid watching shows until I cleared out like at least 3 shows in my backlog right now. Like Katsunaga, he's been sitting in there since January. I feel bad because I really like the show.
You mean you want to watch Iwakakeru or Ikawakeru?
I mean, I'll probably add that. I see some fat ass juggle on a mountain, but
oh yeah.
Well, I don't even know if you guys have seen sports anime outside of IQ. I was gonna ask that, but then I realized the only sports anime I've seen is IQ, so that would just go nowhere.
I've watched way more fucking sports anime.
No, I'd be interested. I think me, Jake, and Tel would all have the same answer because we've all only.
Did you never watch Run with the Wind?
No, and I think you would say IQ is still better than Run with the Wind, Tel. So,
I mean, yeah, but like that's another sports anime. That's
okay, but there's no way that none of you have watched Kuroko's in a Basket.
No, but
we haven't.
Our friend has.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're the only one here. Even though I love basketball, I never have watched it.
I mean, I know Jaden over here has seen, Kuroko, ISO 21. I don't know if you've seen Slam Dunk, but probably fucking Iwakakeru.
I haven't.
I watched fucking...
technically, I didn't say you, Jake. I was saying Jaden.
I watched the rugby one, too. Fucking... No, I'm not going to remember the name. All I remember is it was about rugby.
Technically, I've seen 2 sport anime because I've seen Harukana Receive and, it's a close second,
It's a close second.
They're very volleyball playing girls. My boy Hinata and his Karasuno team.
None of y'all have watched Keijo?
No, but
Ass sumo.
I've
No.
been planning on it. I want to see ass fights, but I have not.
Man,
But yeah, I mean that was a dead of a topic. I don't know what you'd say, Javian, for your favorite High Shield 21 because you talk about that a lot.
dude, Ice Shield 21 will forever be the greatest sports anime, dude. It's just
You watch Haikyuu.
ridiculous, and it's because it's about football. But okay, I've also watched Kenichi, Earth's Mightiest Disciple. I don't know if that fall under.
Well, I don't like. Yeah, I mean stuff like that. I don't like Baki. I wouldn't like consider. Like, I mean Hajime no Ippo.
Okay,
Yes,
but Kenichi is more sportsy because it's
but what like to
martial
me,
arts.
Martial arts, not a
to
sport.
me when it gets more
Because it's
into,
not
like,
regulated.
okay, but I
Are
mean,
you saying because it's not regulated, it's not a sports anime? Like there's no
is it just
refs
street
and it's
fight?
like not.
Yeah, well then I wouldn't consider it like if it's just fights, because then then we'd say like, oh, Dragon Ball tournament arcs are fights because it's regulated. Or I mean, our sports anime because they're regulated tournament fights. So I mean, like to me, no, like Baki and stuff like that. Because I mean, Baki is about grappling and they're they're grapplers and stuff like that. But I mean, that they get
What?
so absurd where like this guy can take on a whole nation's army and destroy the world if he wants to because that's how strong he is. And I don't consider shit like that or like Megalobox. It's just I don't know.
This nigga has not watched.
Okay, Megalobox, I would
It
definitely
is-
count as a sports anime.
It's
Okay, yes,
definitely-
Megalobox has to be a sports anime.
It's
I would-
definitely a sports anime.
I know it's technically one. I just don't see it as one in like my eyes. So like I keep that out of it. Like,
You saying boxing's not a sport?
well, robot fucking arm boxing is not a sport. Yes, because that
Is it
doesn't
still
exist.
boxing?
Dude,
Have
he
you not
doesn't
watched
have
Real
robot
Steel?
arms, man. He's
Yes.
doing
Have
real
you not
boxing.
watched Real Steel, bro?
It's just
Boxing-
exosuits, pretty much.
Megalobox
Again, like
has to be
I understand that I'm technically wrong when I say it's not a sports anime. I just don't view it as such because I don't think they are really like what you would say is a true anime. Like I don't know how Kenichi is, Javian, but like to my understanding, like they do get to some like superhuman stuff in there. Like
okay, well, I wouldn't say all of it is like explained. Like they explain all the techniques and stuff he's learning. They're just different martial arts. But like, I guess the superhuman would just be him being able to copy people. But like,
well, I mean,
small
because I
spoiler.
mean, even though I think Kuroko has stupid power systems, it's still a sports anime. But I mean, that even then, that's not actual powers. So Kenichi does the same thing. That's fine, I guess. It's a sports anime.
Yeah, it doesn't go past like the human like limit. Like there, I would say like it stays pretty grounded. Like to real world, it stays pretty close. It's just him learning different martial arts
know.
techniques, and since he learns so many different ones, he can respond to different fighting styles.
I don't know. With Kuroko no Basket, I mean, passing to the rims, it's apparently a shot.
It's fucking stupid explanations, but yeah, I mean, it's still it's not aiming for realism. So I mean, I'm fine with that. I guess I still think it's dumb, but I mean, it's a sports anime. I give it that, but
That's also one reason why I kind of don't want to watch it because I'm a big fan of basketball. I played it forever up until 3 years ago. So I know that some of those are like based off of like not real skills and stuff. So I feel like it would almost piss me off more than I would enjoy it.
I would be in the same boat.
yeah, and it's like things that you just had to go on because I mean, I still think Kuroko's a stupid too, and I probably wouldn't watch it, but I completely understand that it's not trying to be realistic, so it's fun. Like if they were trying to be like, if they were trying to actually go for like realism in basketball, then yes, it'd be really stupid. But they're embracing the fact that everybody has fucking powers and stuff like that, and that they have these stupid zones and whatever. So that's fine. But
Isn't there also like a pretty big soccer anime?
it's fucking Blue Lock.
Maybe.
It's a manga, or unless you're talking about Captain Tsubasa, which is a very old one.
I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Fuck all that. Okay, the most ridiculous sports anime was Prince of Tennis, dude. There's a motherfucker that like how there's wires on tennis rackets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a motherfucker that only had one going vertical and one going horizontal, and that motherfucker would like snipe with it. And I thought that was ridiculous as fuck.
Wait, it's like a plus, like a cross.
Yeah, it's just a cross, like, but
There's
it's still the
nothing
thin
else.
wires. There's nothing else. It's just a fucking frame and two lines, bro. And this motherfucker would snipe the tennis ball with it, and I was like, "This is fucking too much, dog."
What about Ping Pong Club? I mentioned it earlier.
Ping Pong the animation.
Oh, would Grand Blue count as
No.
as a sports anime then? If we go in there,
Grand Blue.
Grand Blue Dreaming, baby.
I mean,
How
ping
would
pong
that be
club at
considered?
least has like the actual ping pong in it. From
Hey,
what
Grand Blue
I've
at
watched,
diving.
anyway.
Hey, don't just
Grand Blue is or diving is not a sport. Yeah.
That's true. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
they
no
have
competition with it whatsoever.
okay,
There's
there
no
are some
rules or
like that.
regulations.
That's not. You guys are taking. I think street fights are much different than like an actual fucking sport. I mean that they have to be like fucking regulated referees to be sports. Otherwise, then like shows about racing, I guess technically wouldn't be sports anime. So
No, I agree with you. I don't think Baki is like a
yeah,
sports anime with like the street fights and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, ping pong club is a sport. Diving is not a sport.
All our divers out there, my bad. If you think it's a sport,
It's a hobby. It is. I mean,
yeah.
it straight up is.
But ping pong though,
I don't go out and say that hiking is a sport or that what is it, mountain biking. I mean, you can race and turn it into a sport, kind of, but that's about it.
yeah. I say with sports, like I said, it gets a little. I mean, there's very obvious sports, and then of course, like Iwakekeru, if you can consider that as a sports anime, it just depends on how you view what sport are versus hobbies. I mean,
I
technically,
haven't watched it yet, but
yeah, and
I
technically, all of
don't
them
think it
fall
would be.
under the sport umbrella. So that's the only reason I can back off on it. Like I said, like Glowbox technically is a sports anime, even though, like I said, I think it's more just action based, considering it's just dudes with robot arms punching each other rather than like more like a boxing anime. Like I wouldn't say it's like
don't have robot arms.
I don't know what the fuck you're trying to debate. They have gigantic ass metal. I don't give a shit that Joe doesn't wear robot arms, Jake. Everybody else in the fucking show wears robot arms. I don't know what you're.
It's an exoskeleton.
Exosuit.
It's based off their skill.
serious,
It's not the
dude?
robot doing
And
it.
we get to watch Joe get his ass beat by the exosuits. All right.
Yeah.
That's what makes it great.
And like I said, and sure, I mean, it's a sports anime, I guess. Like I said, I mean, I still view it more action based than the others. But again, like I said, it's to me when they're getting super far out there with the concept is when it starts becoming sport and becomes more like fantasy interpretation of said sport or stuff like that. So
Damn, I forgot the name of it, but I've watched a cycling one too. Like some dude used to ride his bike like every day to school, and that somehow made him qualified to become like an amazing cyclist.
Oh yeah, Moomin Rider, right?
Yeah, and then he starts getting his ass whooped by monsters. Dude, Moomin Rider, I have him on my keychain, bro. He is like the best character in One Punch Man, just because he's like the most hero out of all of them.
mm-hmm. He's
Yeah,
fantastic.
He does not give a fuck about danger threat levels, bro. He's all about fucking being a hero, even though he's gonna get his ass whooped. And dude, I think I teared up. I definitely teared up during the Sea King arc.
Oh, I teared up too. Don't worry,
Bro. Dude, him just standing there and trying, dude. I was like, no.
Although in the One Punch manga, it's leaning towards him becoming powerful in a way.
Hell
He's
yeah.
becoming a disciple of somebody that's S class.
Oh shit!
So,
damn, I almost just spoiled it too.
Yeah, you did. But
yeah, well, nobody even like. Well, I mean, if they go back, I guess they'll hear me say part of the word.
I mean, I don't know if it matters a whole lot, but yeah.
Okay, spoiler alert. Wait, no, Ethan and Jake aren't even caught up, huh?
I'm assuming he gets trained by Tech Knight.
No,
Okay,
Tank Top Master. He starts.
Turn off my headset.
Well, that's still fine.
It's not a big part though.
Although Tank Top Master is a fucking G, dude.
He is a fucking G, bro.
He throws that giant ass tower and just grabs on that scene. Oh,
dude, I was like, that's how this motherfucker travels, dude. He said, fuck it, I can't fly or run very fast, but he has the power of the tank top to throw this shit and grab onto a cord. And all right, well, for all you listeners out there, you guys can stop listening because I have to sign out because the army is a 24-hour job.
Don't stop listening. He's lying, but go ahead.
All right, but everybody else will talk, but I'm assuming you guys don't want to watch when I'm not here because our last video only has 20 views without me.
Well, we also didn't use anti-thumbnail.
Yeah, because I didn't say anything about hentai. All right, we said the word hentai. Now we can use the thumbnail. Okay,
Fuck yeah.
so I can't even do the regular outro because I seriously had been so busy. I watched zero anime. I read nothing. Well, last week I had time to fucking read one chapter of Solo Leveling that came out, and it's fucking dope. Solo Leveling's still dope. I'm hoping it gets a fucking anime adaptation. But besides that, the election's going on, and I might get deployed, depending on who wins.
Hell yeah.
That's all. That's all I can think of.
So
And if I do get deployed, just know that my ass is gonna fucking survive because of anime.
he's gonna
All
be
the lessons it taught you.
all that Modern Warfare. He's gonna be decked out in anime merch.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm having the fucking waifu skins on my M4. All right. Well, later, ass podcast watchers.
You later assers.
Yeah. We're gonna call you assers. All our fans get called assers now.
Ass casters.
Ass cancer.
Okay.
All right. Well, we can just have one more topic before we, go off. I think there's something of value we can talk about before, we hit our outro. Unless people, stopped listening right there. Javian leaves, they leave.
That is,
Maybe, I don't know.
those are the rules.
Boys, got
what do
any?
you want to talk about?
I
I wonder.
What? You wonder what?
What topic we're going to talk about?
You're saying that like I had a topic in mind that I brought up earlier. Well, I guess since we've started the anime with saddest anime deaths, and nobody's going to be listening to this part, we can bring up the funniest anime deaths, which would probably piss people off because of what we might say. You guys got anything that comes to mind first?
Shoot.
I don't have anything that pops into mind immediately.
There was something recently that I saw that their death made me laugh more than
Jujutsu Kaisen's grandpa. What's his
no,
face?
I actually find that people.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty much any enemy in One Punch talking themselves up as a big old badass and gonna kick your ass and then done.
Yeah, maybe I got to think more abstract to this because I'm trying to think if deaths are supposed to be sad, but that I just laughed at instead.
What about not the death that was funny, but what happened after the death?
I mean, sure, I guess.
Because I mean, is it going to be spoilers for Tail because he hasn't seen Gintama?
It's always Gintama.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, RoboCop. You know who I'm talking about.
He didn't even die. What do you know?
Yeah, he did.
He didn't die. He was on the verge of death, and then they put him in RoboCop thing, so he became whatever the fuck, Robo Gucci or whatever.
Right.
But, God, this is hard for me. I shouldn't have. God, there was a fucking death that I just saw from a show. Oh well, actually, you might be listening. You're funniest death to me, Makise Kurisu. You're out there, you know exactly who I'm aiming this at. Yeah. Pass over time to such a bad character that she had to stay for the entirety of Steins Gate Zero just for the season to be good, and that's why Steins Gate Zero is better than Steins Gate. So
I know you're memeing, so it's fine.
I'm not memeing. If you're listening out there, you know you are Fruity. Yeah, Mike said you see my ass off when she dies every time.
I actually have something that could bring up some stuff. Isekai deaths at the very beginning of the anime.
Goblin Slayer.
Oh,
that could bring up some pretty funny ones.
Goblin Slayer. That party they came in with the priest.
yeah, because that's definitely Isekai, Jake.
I mean, I was just saying that to get some ideas flowing.
I know. I'm just saying. I know he's going with the joke that Goblin Slayer is an isekai, but
I didn't even go
what
with the
death
joke.
is funny. It's not an isekai then. What is your what?
I never said. I was talking and then he said it.
No, you said it. I said. Oh, whatever. Okay, saddest isekai death to me.
Trying to put words in my mouth.
You literally said it when he asked what saddest isekai death is, and everybody considers Goblin Slayer isekai.
Said it right as he said it, pretty much.
Obvious one here is fucking Konosuba. Death, when he dies the first time. And such an easy, obvious one. Instead of dying from getting hit by the truck, or was it a fucking tractor? He ends up dying from shock, and then he pissed himself. Yeah, of course, that's a hilarious one. That gave me the reason to binge the show in like a day. So,
fuck, why can't I think of her name? Zombieland Saga, the main character. I can't fucking think of her name, but that one I laughed my fucking ass off.
That's when Truck-kun really became a reality.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember her full name, but it's Sakura or something.
Speaking of which, just getting
going off to school and then just completely unexpected. Just
winter or spring?
Comes out winter next year. Or actually end of winter, so yeah. Spring season. I forgot they postponed it again. March 2021, I believe.
God damn it. I just want to see the guy.
Yep. And he's we were talking about Sensei earlier. I found out Manager Kun is voiced by Okabe Hirino. He voices a lot of fucking people, by the way.
Yeah, he's one of those big time VAs.
Saddest for you, Jake. Isekai Des. Since you said Commissaries in Isekai, we can go ahead and mention Berserk's also in Isekai.
I have no idea. You're just throwing words into my mouth, or words into my mouth now.
Good.
Good job, dude. I can't think of any. This is a shit show already.
All I'm saying is I'm the one recording this, and I promise you say after Tail last, but that's the point.
That goes to the lag that I hear from. Because it's not just one.
Blame it on the lag.
Well, you got an Isekai death, Jake? This
I don't have one.
Already in shambles here. Like, so people, I mean, I hope to God they stopped listening after Javian left.
I really do hope they do. Can we just say funniest anime death was Tokyo Ghoul?
Off the Isekai we've seen, actually, they don't even die at the beginning. So anyway, Super didn't die, and then now Fumi didn't die. Overlord, he didn't die.
Yeah, he got
Tanya, you died, but I didn't see it. I mean, Slime, he got stabbed and told it. Yeah, Slime's the funny one. First nobody said that.
What is it? What?
That time I get reincarnated as Slime. Remember? He got stabbed in the street, getting in front of a mugging, and then his last words were to clear his porn history on his computer. So he told him to throw it in the bathtub.
That was pretty funny, yeah.
It popped into my head, but I couldn't remember how he died.
Yeah. It's like that, yeah.
We never learned season 2 ending.
Yeah, I mean, that was the death of the show there. And yeah, I guess funny deaths that piss people off. If you're SAO fans, Jesus fucking Christ, Yuki's death. Like AIDS girl. We'll bring her up all the fucking time. Mother Rosario was a boring ass arc, and I'll stand by it. Yamcha's death. Yeah, I mean, we're just listing off names here, so I guess we can just end it before this turns into a shittier episode.
This was literally a waste of time.
Yeah, I know. Time fodder, dude. What else are we supposed to do?
We need to get to an hour to get the views.
Yep. But yeah, as usual, we can mention what we're watching, reading, and I'm sure it was an eventful week for Tell, considering he doubled his read thing again from last week. But yeah, for me, I didn't watch anything or read anything like I mentioned earlier until today, and I caught up on Tonikawa, Haikyuu, Jujutsu Kaisen, and I got partway through Evangelion like I did today. Loving all of them so far. Tonikawa is reminding me how fucking lonely I am, and that show should be illegal because they're such a good couple, and it just reminds, if you're single out there, it reminds you how lonely you are, and if you watch it, you'll be really depressed to the point where you're like, I can't take this anymore. And of course, the other two shows, Jujutsu Kaisen and Haikyuu, being just really fucking good as usual. Can't wait for more of it. And Evangelion, enjoying a lot. I'm mad at myself for postponing it for so long. Thankfully, I remember basically everything that's happened first 8 episodes, which is where I stopped. I'm gonna I will be watching more after this because I actually am invested in the show now. And I hope by next week I can tell you guys that I'm done with the show, including ended Evangelion, and if I feel like maybe the rebuilds, but I don't know what the rebuilds add to the story yet, so I'll see.
He's gonna go 2 episodes in. Calling it right now.
I'm not gonna go. I'm definitely planning on finishing it, considering how much I'm liking the show right now. So
what do you bet?
He's not gonna finish it, but he'll get more than 2.
No, I definitely think I'll finish the show. Like I said, I'm gonna watch more. I plan on getting at least 2, if anything, 18 tonight. So
I mean, that's exactly what you said last week, but we were right. So
okay, and I watched episodes today, and I said I'm enjoying it.
Anyways,
I said I
so
wasn't
what I've
enjoying
been
it.
watching. So I've been rewatching Grand Blue Dreaming. Not gonna lie, still funny as fuck. Seasonals. I still have to watch a lot of seasonals. I'm really behind, actually. I'm actually really behind. I only watched Fire Force, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Haiku. But I did watch Hereditary. That was a good movie. Manga, I haven't been reading anything as well. I've just been catching up on just whenever a chapter comes out with My Hero and Chainsaw Man. So I've been reading.
Well, I have not watched anything, as I haven't for a long time, and that's mainly because I've been grinding the hell out of One Piece, and that's about the only update I have. I'm staying update with all the other ones that I've been mentioning, like Chainsaw Man, My Hero Academia, all that sort of stuff. But mainly, the only thing I'm focusing on is One Piece. I want to finish that so I can hopefully move on and start watching anime again instead of reading, but we'll see what happens there. Anyway, up to chapter 850 something. So hopefully I might be able to even finish it this week. We'll see what happens. But yeah, One Piece has been taking over my life.
Yep, you fucking triple my chapter count right now.
I don't know, probably.
Way more than that, actually, Phil.
I don't know. Are you still like in the 200s?
I haven't read since the last time I mentioned it, so yeah. I'll get there eventually, though. Like I said, I have he keeps going on hiatus, so I have about 3 months until chapter 1000, which is my goal. So, I mean, it's doable, but I have to read. So, I would definitely be getting there, though. So,
with someone as much time as you have, I'm surprised, but.
I just spend my time doing other pointless, like spending hours on ranked Pokemon and getting nowhere. So, but yeah, like I said, I just use my time unwisely, just like everybody else did, listening to this episode. So, thank you for listening to episode 9 of the Ass Podcast. As usual, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, all at Anime Safe Space. We're also on YouTube and Twitter at Anime Safe Space. Go ahead and drop us a follow on both of those. Be much appreciated. Best to help us out. And yeah, thanks for listening. We're hopefully gonna have on us here real soon. We know it's been 4 episodes since the last time we've had on one, and definitely like to have on a lot more on a more consistent basis in the future. So yeah, hopefully by the next episode or so, we'll be having our next one on. But yeah, look forward to that. Thank you.